friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. I'm so glad you were here. I hope you guys are doing well, and welcome if it is your first time here. Today is April 20th. It is Wednesday. This will be a short vlog, but I just want to get back into vlogging because I haven't vlogged or done videos in like a month now. My birthday has come and passed. I am officially 25 years old. I have not really been reading, but we are trying to remedy all of this because I'm in between my two jobs. I gave my 2-week notice at my 2 jobs I had for a long time because I'm starting work in my work field in early May, which is exciting and frightening all at once. So this is like my vacation period. I don't have to physically go to school anymore either. I have a few assignments I need to finish and then we are done until September, so it's all exciting things. There's a bunch of stuff I can show you around my apartment. We changed up a few decorations, got an ice machine, I got some pretty cool Converse. They're not for everyone, but I love them. And all those things I can show you. This weekend I'm planning maybe to do a 24-hour readathon, so that's why I'm probably gonna do this vlog from Wednesday to Friday, and then we can do my own little 24-hour readathon this weekend, so subscribe if you don't want to miss it. But as for books, I am in a very weird space because I want to read, but I'm not sure what I want to read, and the things that are calling to me most I want to keep for my 24-hour readathon, and I don't know, I'm just broken. The last book I did finish, I finished yesterday, and that is Falling for Your Boss by Emma St. Clair. This is the third book? Second book? Why am I feel like it probably says it somewhere. Or not. I think it's the second book in the sweet romantic comedy love cliche series. This is a closed door romance series, so there is no smut, but it's basically 5 different friends in a friends group who all have their love stories. They actually all live in a house together, and each of them kind of have their own trope. So obviously this one is like an office romance. I read Falling for Your Fake Fiancé, which is a fake dating romance, as well as Falling for Your Best Friend's Twin, which I really enjoyed. All of these have been 4 stars, some closer to the lower 4-star spectrum, others that were more like a high 4. I was specifically excited for this one because it was also an age gap romance, because the boss is like 43 and Zoe, our other main character, is like early 20s. So I found that dynamic and those the problems that obviously can arise from an age gap relationship were really well handled. I really appreciated the way, to me it was realistic. I don't know, I'm 25 and I don't, my boyfriend's 3-4 years older than I am, so it's not really an age gap, but I just found it interesting. I always love those dynamics. So yeah, and I swear I could probably place a bet and you guys would never guess what I am now reading, because if you've never been here before, my main genre is definitely romance. I also love YA contemporary, but I'm basically in my romance era, and I have been for years now. And sometimes I do thrillers, sometimes I'll do general fiction, Matt Haig type style books, poetry, but one thing I don't read, except if it's for middle grade, is fantasy. I don't comprehend it most of the time. I do not enjoy it most of the time. It is a lot more time consuming. It's sort of stressful for me at times, but I am currently reading this book, this is Gardens of the Moon, which is the first book in the Malazan series. This is epic fantasy, and it's chunky. It's the first book in a very big series, and this is never something I would have picked up on my own, but my good friend, my Instagram friend, who I know in real life also, has been raving about this book for literal years now, ever since we started talking again, maybe 2 years now, and truthfully I've never gotten the hype, but because he is one of my good bookish friends, I was like, you know what, I should probably read it, and I've been curious to see like why he loves this series so much, because like when you have reader people in your life, I feel like it tells a lot about them, what their favorite book is. And so I was like, you know what, I should probably like at least try it, like if I DNF it, I'll DNF it. And then Audible had a sale, and my friend purchased Stalking Jack the Ripper, which is my favorite book of all time, my favorite series. I love that series to pieces. I could talk about it for hours. And so I was like, you know what, like, you might not listen to it for a while, but it's only fair that I get the book. And I got it yesterday, and I started reading. I read the prologue and the first chapter. It went well. Like, I was able to figure out like little bits and pieces of the book, and I wasn't so confused. Like, I had questions. But then I started the second chapter, and apparently this author has a style of writing where he like throws you into a situation, doesn't explain shit, talks about the situation, has characters do things, and then you read on and magically it kind of explains itself, but then you spend like 10 pages trying to figure out what the hell's going on before that happens, and that's not really my vibe. And so chapter 2 was very difficult for me to read. I was confused, and then my friend was like, just wait till the flashback, you'll get it. And I was like, no, like, when I'm asking like what is happening, I meant like context cues, and then this whole miscommunication shit happened, and I was confused, I was angry, I wanted to put this book down. I was a very unpleasant person, and so I do apologize for that. I know I was unpleasant. I get mad when I don't understand what the hell is happening, and I felt like nothing could help me figure it out, because if you're just gonna tell me like read on, I'm like, you know what, fine, like I'll Google it, like I'll figure it out myself, because I am stubborn, and I also have not a big ego, but I like to figure things out. Like it would have annoyed me just to put down the book and be like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I can't. I need to push forward and try to understand. So I finished the second chapter today after I cooled down. I do think I understand a few things better, but again, like, I'm 86 pages in, and all I have to say is, like, what did I get myself into? I'm gonna be reading, like, a chapter, maybe 2 of this a day, if I can manage it. We'll see how it goes, but I'm still happy I'm making the effort of reading this. Maybe I'll really end up enjoying. There are a few characters in here that I really, really love as of now. I feel like some of them I'm probably not supposed to like, because I feel like they might be evil. I don't really know, but whatever, like, I guess I'll root for the evil people in here, but everybody seems evil at the same time. Like, everybody has their own shit going on, and it's a weird vibe from what I understand, but I'm making the effort. Also, they have the most ridiculous names I have ever seen. Who calls themselves Sergeant Whiskey Jack, or frickin' the girl whose name's Sorry? Like, excuse me? Where did you get these names? Off the off bottles of alcohol and like the dictionary? Like, you randomly chose names? I don't know what's going on. I guess it adds like a funny element to it. I'm not really sure. Like, it's very hard to take these characters seriously when they have such weird names. But we are going to read this a little bit at a time, and you'll probably see me get angry a couple more times, and I'm going to try and not message my friend angry questions, because that was... Y'all, I was not a pleasant person yesterday at 11 p.m. Let me tell you that. So, obviously, I'm not only going to read Gardens of the Moon because I'm going to be a depressed being, even though I'm enjoying myself. I need to take it slowly. So, I was technically in the middle of The Summer Proposal by Vi Keeland, but I put this book down like 2 weeks ago. Even though I was enjoying it, I don't remember, I guess, finals. And I didn't pick it back up, and I'm not in the mood to pick it back up right now. What I would want to do is read some Lauren Asher, but I'm going to keep Lauren Asher for the potential 24-hour readathon I will be doing with myself this weekend. So the question is, do I pick up a romance? Do I pick up a middle grade? Do I pick up a thriller? I don't know what I want to read at this point, so I'm not going to keep you guys longer with this update. I do have some packages we can open later as well, but I want to like figure my life out. And once I do that, I'll talk to you guys again. I'm probably going to try to read a couple more pages of this while I still have energy. Like, I'm going to go curl up in bed with my new reading cushion, which I'll show you as well. So just pray for me, even though, like, it's too late. This video is going to come out after I've attempted to read some more of this. But, like, keep positive vibes for me, because I'm clearly not going to have finished this before the end of this vlog. So, I really am a romance reader through and through. Help me God. Thursday, my friends. The lighting might be a little out of whack. I'm using my ring light because it's, what time is it even? It's 8 p.m. on Thursday, and I feel like I have a lot to talk about. I hope you enjoyed the tiny bit of b-roll I got from my day today, my like little excursion to Ontario. I went to Cornwall to go to Value Village. I got a few things, and then I went back in my town to this candy store that has so many amazing things. It was my first time going, so I want to show you that as well. I brought my Converse, and let's talk like reading updates, book haul, all of this. It is chaos, but we are embracing it. Also, I look a little out of sorts because I need to wash my hair, so we're just gonna deal with it. But I got the nicest compliment from the cashier at Value Village today, complimenting my earrings, and I love my earrings, so it made me so happy. But reading updates. Yesterday I decided to read more of Gardens of the Moon. I am trying to read, like, my goal was 2 chapters a day. It might happen some days, it might not happen. I have yet to read from this today, but I'm planning on it because I got to chapter 4 and I ended up really enjoying chapter 3 of this book. However, the ending of this book, the ending of the chapter of chapter 3, I was so mad. Like, what is happening? My favorite character as of now sorta gets, like, I don't know if he's dead or not, but like he gets hurt on the last like page and a half of the 3rd chapter, and honestly, like, he's my reason for like reading. I enjoy his plotline the most right now, so then I don't know if he's dead or not, but I was just so mad, and then like I didn't want to keep reading yesterday because I was fuming. Like, the amount of time I spent just staring at my wall being like, is this even worth it if the main character, well, he's not a main character, there's so many main characters, but if my fave doesn't keep going, like, what's the point of reading this? But it also fuels my fire to keep reading and figure out if he actually passes or if I can keep reading about him. So I'm going to read chapter 4 today, and I also learned that once chapter 4 is done, you start all over again from a different geographical area with different characters, and it's literally like book 2, which I'm not about because I'm already confused with the amount of characters we have in here. But I'm enjoying my time. I think this is very different, and it's proving me that I can like read outside of my comfort zone. Obviously, I am getting a lot of outside help with this one because I'm getting better at figuring out what is happening, but I'm still not the best, and I don't think I could be reading this without the outside information that is given to me. So that's kind of like the reading update. That's what I read most of yesterday. I'm making very slow progress, but the fact that I made it 118 pages into this book by itself is an accomplishment. I never thought I would read 100 pages of a high fantasy like this and actually enjoy myself and have like any sort of reaction to the plot line. I also got to see some fan art of the characters yesterday, which has definitely helped me because I'm not a very visual person, so to be able to see what the characters look like, at least to some people, made it easier for me, and I think I will enjoy this book even more now. So those are like my reading updates for now, but I did figure out what else I want to read in the next couple of days. One of those things is Heartstoppers Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. What is happening? I feel like the lights keep flashing on and off. I don't understand. I am so sorry. This is chaos. But yes, I want to read Heartstopper Volume 4. It's the only, like, volume of this graphic novel series I have not read yet. It is my favorite graphic novel series ever. Nick and Charlie Have My Heart, and tomorrow is Heartstopper Day on Netflix. I am so excited. I know it comes out in the UK. I hope it comes out on Netflix everywhere. Like, that's how I understood it. If not, I am going to... I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna be really upset. So yes, I want to read that. If you don't know what Heartstopper is, it is like a friends to lovers romance with Nick and Charlie. Charlie knows he is gay, Nick thought he was straight, and then in the first like bind up, he begins to question his sexuality, and it's essentially their story. It is a beautiful story. It is soft. It does have some important topics that are thrown in there as well as, like, for example, eating disorders and just, like, sexuality in general plays a big role in this graphic novel series. And I want to be up to date, even though I know the first, like, 8 episodes of Heartstopper will probably not spoil what happens in the 4th graphic novel, but I want to read that so that I can like confidently go into the Netflix series and binge my little heart out probably this weekend. And then for like my next physical book, I think I want to get to Office Grump by Nicole Snow. This is a book I've been having on my radar for a while, and then it kind of blew up on Book Talk. This is a enemies to lovers romance, and I think yeah, it's like a boss and employee romance. This is dual perspective. It sounded very interesting. I think I'm really going to enjoy this. It is, like, chunky. Yeah, it's almost 500 pages, actually. So, hopefully I like it. This is kind of where I'm going with my reading. Also, is my camera, like, not okay? Let me figure this out. I feel like you may have moved, but we're just going with it. This is a vlog. It doesn't need to be perfect. Let's talk Converse before we get into the book and snacks haul, because I wanted to wear these today, but it rained, so I was not going to take out these little babies for their first walk while it was pouring rain outside. But these are the Converse I got. They are beautiful. I hope it picks up well on camera because, my god, I am obsessed. Even like the Converse logo is like a lilac purple, and it's the same as the insole like inside the shoe. I am a big Converse stan. They are my favorite like everyday sneaker. I have been wearing the same low cut Converse for years. I buy them every year. So these are my first high tops. I am in love with them. Like, can you tell me these are absolutely adorable? Like, I will die on this hill. Not everyone in my life is convinced that they are beautiful, but you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna wear them and be very happy about it. So Oh, also, this should be the emoji of this vlog. Leave me a flower if you've made it so far, because I know this vlog is chaotic and it's basically just me sitting in different parts of my apartment being weird. But books. I bought 3 books today at Value Village and I'm very excited about all of them. The first one is The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda, and this one I've been eyeing for a long time on like Chapters and Amazon and all that kind of thing. I think it has mixed reviews, but I was really interested in this and I got it for a very good price. And this is about Littleport, Maine, in the town, and essentially the town is kind of separated into the people who live there year-round don't really mix in with the tourist. However, 2 characters in this book have been friends for like a decade, one of them being a tourist and the other one living there year-round, but then one of them dies, and that's kind of like the story. I don't know if the other character is accused of her murder or what else happens, but I was very intrigued by this synopsis. It's not a super long thriller, like just like 330-ish pages, 40-ish pages, and I'm very intrigued. Again, it was a very good bargain price, and I really felt the vibe. Like, I feel like I should read this soon. Very excited. And then I also found You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus, which I haven't read much of this author's books. She has a lot of YA mystery thrillers. This one piqued my interest. I had seen it online. I think it was like her 2021 release or one of them. And it follows 3 different characters, Ivy, Mateo, and Cal, who used to be close and now they aren't. But at the beginning of this novel, for some reason, they all are late to school and decide to skip school together, and they witness a murder of another student. And I think that's what I'm getting from the premise. It sounds very intriguing. I wanted to try more of her books. I just don't have like the $25 to spend on a hardcover YA thriller. I'd rather be buying full price romances, like indie romances, if I have to like pay full price for something. So I got this for like $5. I was very excited about it. It's in perfect condition, and again, I think I want to make like a thriller reading vlog over a weekend or something, and these are definitely books that I would like be up to reading very soon. And the last book I have is mostly a collection piece. However, I do want to get into more classics. I found this Penguin Classic, the Dorian Gray edition by Oscar Wilde, and I've been eyeing these editions for a very long time, and it's in a like brand new condition. Like, none of it is banged up, the pages are perfect, it's not dirty at all, and again, I think I paid $4 or $5 for this, and I was just very excited to find it. At first I was like, oh, do I actually bring this home with me? Like, am I ever gonna read it? Maybe not now, but it is a goal of mine to at least branch out and try a few classics, just because I want to see kind of like the inspiration for a lot of the books I read. Kind of like I want to read Jane Austen to kind of figure out the romance and like the inspiration for a lot of the romance books we have now. So I want to read this. This is definitely one of the classics I am most interested in, so it came home with me and I'm very happy about it. It is beautiful on its own, so I have no regrets. Now, let's talk snacks. I'm sorry this update is a million hours long, but we're just going with it, since I feel like I haven't chatted with you guys for literally like a month. So if you don't know me, I am someone who likes snacking foods a lot. I love chips, I love candy, I love chocolate, and I love soda, which I know these things aren't good for me, but I am a pretty clean eater. Like, I eat great, I love veggies and fruits and all that stuff, but like, I do love me some good snacks, especially during final season. So I went, as I said, to this candy place that opened recently in my town, and this candy place has a lot of like important candy, candy from like Japanese candy. They have like imports from the US and all these different places. I'm from Canada, and honestly we are pretty limited in our like fun candies, and every time I want to try something, like our local groceries or like our grocery chains don't have them. Most convenience stores don't have them. So I was very happy when I stumbled on this place to find how many incredible things they had. So one thing I did get from there are nerd clusters. These I bought once or twice on Amazon for honestly a ridiculous price because I wanted to try them because one of the families I followed on YouTube, which yes, I love watching family YouTube vlog channels, had these. They are obviously from the States, so they are very easy to come by, but this I found finally for a reasonable price, and if you like the Facebook page of that company, they also gave you like 10% off on nerd clusters. So I got myself a bag. They're like little nerds. We might do a taste test of some of these things a little bit later on, but I got those. What else did I get? I also got a bag of high chews because I've never had them, but everybody talks about them. They are strawberry, green apple, and grape flavored, which sound amazing to me. They kind of remind me of like Starburst. I don't know how I'm gonna like them, but I've been wanting to try them for a very long time. I'm sorry this is such a random haul, but I'm so excited. I also got a very big bag of Sour Patch Kids strawberries because these are not sold at like our grocery stores, and I saw them. Where did I see them? I'm guessing on TikTok or like somewhere online. And I was like, this has the potential to become like my favorite Sour Patch. Did I say Starburst? I meant Sour Patch. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But they did not have small bags, so I did get a big bag. And we are going to hope for the best. I don't see how these could steer me wrong because anything Sour Patch is supreme in my opinion. I also got a Milka, which if you know me, you would know I'm obsessed with these chocolates, but they are very hard to find where I live. Apparently some of my friends can find them very easily at their grocery stores and they live like an hour away from me, but they live in the city. I don't. I live in the suburbs, I guess. But I also haven't seen a store with this many flavors ever since my 2014 Europe trip. I was dead. Like there's an entire counter with a bunch of different flavors, and then the lady at the store said that they will be getting a bunch of new flavors next week, but I decided to go with the Milka Chips Ahoy this time because it sounds fantastic. I love the Milka Oreos as well, so I thought I would probably love this. And the last thing I got, because I didn't want to break my wallet or my stomach because sugar, is something that is definitely a child throwback. All of these things were very reasonably priced except for this last thing, and I still decided to purchase it because I've been searching for these for way too long, especially because I'm afraid I shall be disappointed in them because childhood nostalgia sometimes gets to me because those were the days where I would, you know, I was living life back then. I didn't need to buy my own groceries. I was definitely living life then. I got a Dunkaroo, like one single pack Dunkaroo, because you cannot find them here anywhere. I once saw a flyer for Giant Tiger, which I think is like an only Canadian thing, that said they had Dunkaroos. And I drove myself to Giant Tiger just for Dunkaroos, and they had no Dunkaroos. So when I walked into that store and I saw these, I was like, you're coming home with me. Like, I could not at least get one. Was this very overpriced? 100%. Do I care? Not enough. Like, I am going to eat this when I'm in the mood because this needs to be an experience. And this is the vanilla cookies and vanilla frosting with rainbow sprinkles. I remember loving the chocolate ones better. Let me know if you had this when you were a kid. Like, are you old enough to remember this? Was it a thing? Are you too old, too young? I don't really know. But I was obsessed with these. So, yeah, those are all the things that have been happening. Clearly my life is somewhat chaotic, but I'm enjoying it. It was nice to get out of the house today. Yesterday I ended up finishing some assignments. I got some grades back today. Like, we're doing great. Just got a 94 on a paper that was worth 70% of my grade in my ethics class. So we're living, laughing, and loving in this house, and yeah, I'm gonna go have a nice bath right now, probably read a little bit more of Malazan, and then I'll update you guys tomorrow because I can't even handle myself, so I'm sorry if I was obnoxious and annoying, but there are all the updates. Hello, friends. It is Friday. My nose is always stuffy, but I feel like you could extra hear it today, so I'm sorry. Yes, it is Friday. It was a very weird weather day, but the sun is coming out right now, and I am feeling my spring self coming to life. I am wearing one of my favorite dresses, which you could have seen in the B-roll. My hair was washed. It is all natural, so you're getting an entire vibe, but I'm not mad about it. So, did I do more reading? No. Am I still gonna update you on things? Absolutely. Also, I've been editing this vlog. It is utter chaos. I do apologize, but it's really got me in the mood to read and vlog again, so stick with me with this one. So, I won't make this too much longer because it's already like 30 minutes long for a vlog, but update number one is that I decided to get the audiobook for Malazan because I realized that it's probably just going to be helpful to be able to hear the pronunciation of the characters, and it might make it easier to visualize some things. Also, I won't need to ask for pronunciation guides every time I come across something I don't really understand, so it's gonna help. The audiobook, 26 hours long, so we're in for a ride, folks, with the upcoming weeks. So that's update numero uno. Obviously I'm going to start from chapter 4, like I'm not gonna start again because I'm not rereading 100 pages, like I'm not insane. Fun audiobooks I have on here. I have the first 2 Stalking Jack the Ripper books. I've reread Stalking Jack the Ripper a ridiculous amount of times, but I did not own the audiobooks until the Audible sale. I decided to get Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula. I also have out from the like Audible Plus things, Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. I love that series. That one specifically is my favorite out of the 3. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the first one is Geekerella. That made the rounds on BookTube years ago, which I want to listen to soon. I have a Rebecca Weatherspoon book that is like a little novella. It's literally 2 hours and 24 minutes on 1x speed. It's called A Walk in the Park, and that's like a romance book. And I have Hollowpox, the 3rd book in the Nevermore series, which is one of my faves, which I want to listen to because I've been rereading them via audio. So there's that. I also got some very fun news today because, as I mentioned, I am starting like my big girl job, which will lead me into my last year of university to become a social worker. And I could have been placed in like 3 different areas. One which is literally like 5 minutes away from my home, one which was like 25 minutes, and the other like almost 40 minutes away. And I got the email today that I am at the one that's like 5 minutes away from my home, and I've never really worked so close to home before, so I'm very blessed, very happy. It made my week, and it's just like a good way to move into the weekend. I'm like somewhat wary of starting a new job, and I left behind a job where I've been for almost 6 years, and you know, it's a transition period, but we're doing it. Today is Heartstopper Day, and the best thing came in the mail for me to be able to celebrate, and that is the second volume of the Fairy Loot exclusive Heartstopper graphic novels. These are hardcover. I was able to get this one signed. It has the blue sprayed edges, and when I tell you that the naked hardcover of this made my jaw drop, these are stunning. I do have the first one as well, but I did not have the first one signed, but I don't know how well it's going to pick up on camera, but are you kidding me? Nick, Charlie, and Nellie, the dog? This scene? Freaking adorable. I saw that the Heartstopper show is up on Netflix. I will be keeping that for the weekend. And I have yet to read the 4th volume, but I'm gonna do it. I am very hyped, and this just... I need a new shelf where I can just put a bunch of special editions on them, like a little shelf, not like an actual bookcase, because these need to be on display. Like, I cannot believe how stunning these are, so there's that. And the last thing I want to do before I wrap up the vlog is open one of the parcels I said I had at the beginning of this vlog, because I'm in the mood to celebrate. I am alone for the evening. I have a dill pickle salad from Costco, which I am 110% on that bandwagon. Thank you to the internet for introducing me to the best salad ever. And I got some cold soda in the fridge. It's gonna be a banger. But I wanted to open like one of the parcels in this vlog, because these are contestants of like what I could read if I do end up doing a 24-hour readathon. Ooh, I love this. The first one is Call Me Crazy by Melanie Harlow. This is part of the... What is the name of this series? I don't remember, but it's like a 4-book series. And I think this is like fake... Like a marriage of convenience, like fake dating. The guy needs to like marry someone to obtain something from the family business, and she wants a baby, and I guess the deal is they will make a baby together, but he's not gonna have like anything to do with the baby once that is over, and they're gonna get married for, I'm guessing, like a 1-year period or something, and they're going to fall in love. This is dual perspective. I've heard great things, and because of that, I also decided to get Make Me Yours by Melanie Harlow, which is part of the same book series. Oh, this one has, it's a little bent, but it has snowflakes. This one has hearts, this one has snowflakes. And this is a brother's best friend romance and single dad romance, because we love that. And I think this has to do with like her accidentally admitting her feelings towards this man, and then things spiral. I know I'm going to love these. These are some of my favorite tropes. I'm beginning to realize how much I love like friends to lovers, or like brother's best friend, like those things. Friends to lovers for me, Jesus Christ. My cat is a little chatty. I think I underestimated the value of friends to lovers, and now I'm like, if I had to choose one trope for my life, it would probably be friends to lovers, or fake dating. Those two are solid choices. Maybe not enemies to lovers, because like we can love that kind of toxic love in books, but maybe not for my actual life. So very excited for both of these. These are both like pretty short books too. Like what, not even 400 pages? Yeah, like 300-ish, 350 pages. So very excited. Those were all my updates. I will be starting another vlog this weekend, hopefully. I know there's Formula 1 this weekend as well, so we'll see how it all goes. Maybe I can pick up Throttled, which is the first in the Dirty Age series, which is a Formula 1 romance, at the same time. But yeah, thank you so much if you made it this far. I hope you enjoyed like the little clips of my apartment. I did a pretty significant cleanup today, and I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of my space very quickly. because I love my home so much, and I feel like I haven't really shown you guys it since I moved last July because I got sick, and then I am inconsistent with videos. So yes, all that to say, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment a flower emoji if you've made it this far into the vlog, and I will see you guys very soon with some more reading updates and some more of my life. So happy reading, guys. Bye.